Okay, Cobras, we got a new video for you today. It was brought to my attention by my lovely wife, Mrs. Brain, about the stages of alcoholism and some serious side effects that we will get into this video. We're talking about KingCobraJFS and his drinking problems that are all well known. So this hopefully will be a little public advisory notice for everyone. We're going to go over the stages of alcoholism and what can be the end stages of alcoholism. So this is from a site, the Addiction Center. I hope all you can see this. End stage alcoholism is the final stage of alcoholism when serious mental health and medical issues are beginning to appear. Without intervention, it can be fatal. And there is a phone number here for people to call. So what is end stage alcoholism? End stage alcoholism is the final, most destructive stage of alcoholism. Typically, an individual reaches end stage alcoholism after years of alcohol abuse. At this point, people who have spent years drinking may have developed health issues and mental health conditions in addition to their alcohol abuse. Major organ damage and failure often occur during this time, as well as interpersonal consequences like isolation and job loss. What are the stages of alcoholism? It comes down to 6 categories, including, we'll start with social drinking. The first stage is social drinking. This is a comparatively non-threatening level of drinking, which may not always lead to alcohol abuse. This often entails consuming a few drinks when out with friends. The next is binge drinking. National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism define binge drinking as a pattern of drinking that raises a person's blood alcohol concentration to 0.08%. For males, this often means consuming 5 or more standard drinks over a 2-hour period. For females, it means consuming 4 or more standard drinks over the same time frame. There's no gender equality here. Binge drinking can be episodic or occur often, sometimes signaling the threat of future heavy drinking or alcohol abuse. Heavy drinking. The third stage is heavy drinking, with the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism defined biological sex. For men, that means consuming 5+ on any day or 15+ per week. For women, consuming 4+ on any day or 8+ drinks per week. A heavy drinker may drink more frequently or drink excessive amounts when drinking socially. This little website, which is, I'll tell you again, addictioncenter.com, has a little thing where you can put in your zip code, state, or city and find treatment centers near you. Alcohol dependency is the 4th stage. At this point, the drinker depends on alcohol to feel normal and may experience alcohol withdrawal symptoms or negative feelings when they are not drinking. This dependency may have underlying emotional and mental motivations. So in my non-professional opinion, I would believe at least Cobra is in this stage, alcohol dependency. The next is addiction. 5th stage is addiction to alcohol or alcoholism. When a person has developed an alcohol use disorder, they begin to develop a tolerance to alcohol and exhibit a variety of behaviors that have a negative impact on their health and personal development, professional lives. Despite this, many people continue to drink. So Cobra is a disabled person. He doesn't have a normal job where alcohol may get into the way. It's actually part of his life. He drinks for pleasure. He drinks for videos. You can almost say it's part of his job. So his job is hazardous to his health. Next stage, and I do believe he is in the stage, addiction. I do believe it has a negative impact on his health. And when you get so drunk you can't even go to your family for Thanksgiving, that's affecting your personal life. Now, end stage alcoholism. This is what we have to look out for. The final stage, known as end stage of alcohol abuse, is the point where a person has experienced Very serious and mental issues. It could end in death. If you're starting to question if your alcohol consumption patterns are unhealthy, take our alcohol assessment to take a closer look. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So if he had a brain, he would click this alcohol assessment and he would do that himself to figure out where he is. But let's talk about this. End-stage alcoholism and health complications. Now you got to wait to the end. We're going to go over something very serious here in a minute. End-stage alcoholism typically presents a number of health complications. First, the liver becomes damaged, possibly permanently. Liver enzymes become elevated, signifying damage, and the liver gains fats and inflammation, eventually leading to scarring. The result of the damage is often liver disease or cirrhosis. You only have one liver, people, and it functions as a filter for your blood, and if it gets all hard, it's not going to work, and then you die. The damaged liver can cause other complications in the body since it's a vital organ. The liver is responsible for over 500 tasks to ensure the body is functioning as healthy as possible. Other long-term health risks of alcohol abuse, like heart problems and stroke, stem from chronic alcohol abuse in end-stage alcoholism. Risks of dementia, cancer, hepatitis increase. I think hepatitis is this an infection disease? I think they're saying maybe through you get drunk, you have sex with random people, you might get hepatitis. I don't know. Addiction can also affect the brain. This is what we're going to get into, causing brain damage and cognitive impairment in the end stage of alcoholism. Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome and end stage alcoholism. Okay. Also called alcohol dementia, occurs most frequently in end-stage alcoholism. While it only affects 1 or 2% of the population, it's likely underreported. With this syndrome, there's a shortage of vitamin B1, which manifests as dementia-like traits like confusion and memory loss. Also called Wernicke encephalopathy, this condition produces leg tremors, staggering, vision changes, and problems maintaining balance. Drooping lids, hallucinations, and double vision are also symptoms associated with these conditions. And talks about early signs of liver disease. I really wanted to focus on this, what's called wet brain. So this this condition, I think it's called WKS, is wet brain. So this is what we're talking about. What is wet brain? And if someone you know might be affected by wet brain, you can call this number right here. To many, the term wet brain is mysterious and perplexing. In its simpler form, wet brain describes a severe and persistent type of brain damage brought on by long-term alcohol abuse. This blog post from the Hanley Center, which is this other website we're looking at, will clarify its nuances, including information on its causes, signs, and available treatments. We will also provide resources to help people struggling with wet brain to make well-informed decisions when navigating their healthcare journey. Wet brain, colloquially referred to as Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, WKS, stems from thiamine deficiency. We already read that, often linked to chronic alcohol misuse. Recognizing WKS as a multifaceted condition is crucial in alcohol treatment, as it encompasses both short-term neurological impairments and long-term neuropsychiatric complications. Precise understanding aids in tailoring interventions for comprehensive recovery and relapse prevention. Strategies available from the Hanley Center. And again, there's Hanley Center's number if you want to call them. What is wet brain? Okay, this is repeating the same stuff. It's a vitamin B1 deficiency from drinking all day because you're a regard. All right? And you don't understand that it's bad for you, and you want to emulate rock stars, and you're just overall dumb. Okay? Correlation between alcohol misuse and WKS. are closely related since thiamine, vitamin B1, is a substance that is essential for many body processes. Alcohol abuse is the main cause of thiamine deficiency and consequent development of WKS in the United States. Prolonged alcohol abuse lowers thiamine levels because of poor diet and problems with absorption. Heavy drinkers frequently eat an unbalanced diet, food hacks, which result in low thiamine consumption. In addition, thiamine absorption is hindered by inflammation in the digestive tract caused by alcohol. Also, excessive alcohol intake impairs the use of thiamine in cellular functions that are essential for the synthesis of genetic material, energy, and brain function. This complex interaction highlights the dangers of long-term alcohol abuse as well as vital importance of a balanced diet. Common symptoms. Symptoms may resemble intoxication but persist even without drinking. Apart from long-term physical and mental decline, WKS can lead to reduced consciousness, coma, or even death. The first part of WKS, Wernicke's encephalopathy, WE, presents as a short-term neurological disorder with hallmark signs like mental confusion, coordination loss, and eye movement issues. Coordination problems may lead to a staggered walk or even loss of mobility. While not all three symptoms may be present, prompt treatment is crucial for better outcomes. If WE, encephalopathy, I think I said it right that time, isn't promptly treated, around 80% to 90% may develop work-off psychosis, leading to memory loss, hallucinations, and behavioral changes which could become permanent if left untreated. Risk factors of WKS. Several factors contribute to wet brain development, chiefly thiamine deficiency, underlying WE, chronic alcohol misuse, poor dietary habits, vomiting, eating disorders, or chemotherapy side effects often trigger thiamine deficiency. In alcohol misuse, alcohol impedes thiamine absorption in the gut, depletes liver thiamine reserves, and worsens other nutrient deficiencies. Okay, drinking one stupid milk drink is not going to cure you of your chronic alcoholism, so stop it. Thiamine is vital for brain energy production. Its scarcity leads to impaired brain function. Thiamine shortage affects crucial brain areas covering balance, cognition, memory, and emotions. Alcohol-related thiamine deficit commonly results in cognitive impairments like memory loss, attention issues, reduced problem-solving abilities, further highlighting its detrimental impact, and also not being able to get it up. All right. Consequences of untreated wet brain. Left untreated, WKS can significantly impact your health and well-being. Symptoms include confabulation, fabrication of stories to fill memory gaps, difficulty walking or standing, hallucinations, impaired ability to perform daily tasks and function independently. Well, if you start out with that, I don't know what to tell you. Impaired coordination and balance, increased risk of mortality if left untreated. Cobra is a walking time bomb. Neuropsychiatric symptoms such as apathy or irritability, permanent cognitive deficits, reduced consciousness or coma, severe memory impairment. Diagnosing, preventing, and treating. I don't think we need to get into this. You can get help at the Hanley Center for wet brain. I do not condone calling someone a wet brain as a trolling method, but something has to get through to him that he needs help. All right, so if this is something you like, can you do me a favor? Like, subscribe, share. In the meantime, fuck sickos and brain out.